Women Warriors Network was created to inspire women who would class themselves as ordinary. The reality is these women are extraordinary in business and in life. Now, absolutely last but not least, the lovely Linda Plant. Now, Linda is famous for grilling the candidates on the BBC TV series The Apprentice. Now, I said I'd be scared of Sarah. Linda, until I met Linda, I would have been quivering, absolutely quivering. I watched all The Apprentice, so I know. And she's brutal, absolutely brutal. But quickly about Linda, at 16, she left school to work full-time on her mother's stall, and then later opened up her own retail shops and founded her fashion brand, Honeysuckle. She now runs Home Run, taking care of the interior design of London properties for clients on the upper end of the scale who mostly live abroad. So very, very big welcome to you, Linda.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Good, good. Okay, well, it's great to be here. Thank you. And it's so lucky that we just bumped into each other that day at lunch, is it not? And here I am, hoping to answer your questions and inspire people the best I can.
So again, I believe in serendipity, and a friend of mine, another business associate, Nadine Van Dongen's on here, and we love the word serendipity, these moments. So I'd actually connected with Linda just very quickly and mentioned Women Warriors. We had a brief conversation, and then by sheer coincidence, we were dining in Oswald's in London, and I was like, Linda, oh my God, well, now I've met you, I definitely have to speak. And it's just one of those meant to be moments. And I'm absolutely delighted we did meet, and we had a bit of a giggle also. So Linda, you come from a very humble background. Did you always have the desire to be successful from a young age?
Well, I was motivated and driven from a young age. So I guess you would say that I did have the desire to be successful. And if you start with absolutely nothing, you haven't got really anywhere to go but up. You can't go any further down. But it's my nature has always been, you know, to be driven, to be motivated. And I like to be inspired and inspire others. So I guess, yes. And that motivation and that drive it started when I was very young, but it has continued throughout my journey. So I'm still probably the same today.
You're onwards and up. There's no stopping this woman. There really isn't, which is amazing. So what would you say has been your biggest challenge to date?
Well, I've had quite a long journey, and I've had a breadth of businesses. I've had the fashion business, and I've had the electronics business, but I probably think one of the biggest challenges came to us in 2008, when the banks, the mortgage companies were all in dire straits, and we had a lot of property, because my main business is I'm a property developer. And we owe the bank about £100 million. And we went to the bank and just said, look, you know, we're not the only ones in this position, but if you just hold on, just let us sell through, give us the time we need, you know, we'll sell through and we'll get every penny back to you. And that's what we did. And that was a very, very huge challenge, you know. So I mean, on a long journey, you have a lot of challenges, don't you? But I think if you ask me to name one of the biggest, you know, that, and actually being probably initially, it was a challenge being a woman in very much a man's world, because when I started, women were not at the forefront of business, and my business was all mostly conducted in the Far East, where especially places like Korea, where I had an office, they really were not used to dealing or negotiating with women. And I had to learn very quickly the art of being able to negotiate with the men, and, you know, making that negotiation feel level, making them still have what they call face. So yeah, I've had a long journey, so a big learning curve.
But isn't that incredible to hear? As you said, in a man's world, obviously things have changed over the last few years, but you must have experienced those bigger challenges, definitely going back a bit. But you're here stronger than ever and still super successful. And
and it's still a man's world. And it's still a man's world.
Well, the next topic next month is women leadership versus men leadership. So again, I think it's interesting.
For many reasons, not just business. I mean, women, I am pro women, but if someone said to me, is it a man's world? I just unequivocally say, yes, it is. But that's another conversation.
I need you next month then as well. So you are known, which I mean, me reading this, obviously I've taken this from the tabloids and wherever. And when I met you, it was like, oh, no, you're not. So you are known as the Queen of Mean on The Apprentice. So what are you really like? So obviously I know.
Well, obviously reality TV is TV first. And my role when Alan Sugar asked me to go on The Apprentice was to really dig deep, really expose the weaknesses for his investment, search through those business plans, and obviously give, good television, which the two went hand in hand. So my role, I knew that my role was not to be nice and sweet, and that's a little bit boring anyway. I knew actually in a way from my very first series that I had quickly delivered the brief of Lord Sugar, because I was nicknamed the Queen of Mean, which has stuck with me it's indefinitely. However, I'm not really the Queen of Mean. My staff in all my businesses tend to stay with me. They very rarely left me. I think you have to earn the respect of your staff, and you have to, leadership is so important into how your staff are going to react and work for you. So I think I like to be inspiring, and I think I am. And with all my staff, I never took someone on if I didn't feel they had the drive and the motivation. But then I've always seen that they were motivated and excited and made to feel part of the business. So what I'm really like, I hope, is not the Queen of Mean, but an inspiring woman who has traveled a long journey and managed to go from a market stall to the stock market without a single qualification. So I like to think I am a woman warrior and an advocate for women, and saying to women, yes, you can do it, and you can do it at any age.
I absolutely love that. That sent a shiver down me, because it's everything, and I think everyone agrees here. It's kind of what we are here for. We're as capable as the next person also. And Queen of Mean, it's quite a fun title though.
Look,
take it, as she said.
I don't sweat small stuff, so I'm not one of these person that hangs on to my new shy. And the Queen of Mean, that's it. And it's amazing how life-changing going on The Apprentice was, because it's the #2 show behind Strictly, and so many people recognize me. And of course, during the pandemic, I've gone on to do other things completely out of my comfort zone, let me tell you.
Because again, there's no stopping you. So while we were in a full lockdown, you caused a bit of a stir when you appeared on Good Morning Britain, encouraging people to go back to work to boost the economy. When we were being told to stay at home. Explain why. I mean, I get it.
Well, I didn't suggest people go back to work while we're in the pandemic. However, once when the rules were relaxed, I did suggest people go back to work. I'm not an advocate from working from home, because I believe that creation is collaboration. That's the first thing I find and have found. I mean, some businesses you can work, and they have worked for many years from a desk at home. But in all my businesses, I found I like to interact with people. That gives you ideas, bouncing ideas off each other. And, there are people that live in a very small, maybe in a bedsit, and they come into that office, they have their day in their office. After work, they go out for drinks, they socialize, and sometimes during a social environment, ideas come out, suggestions are made. So I am still today very much a person for going into an office. However, I have accepted this probably will be a hybrid system. But for me, you know, that personal contact is everything. Everything. Just really, for instance, you and I met personally, and that's what really clicked to do this, you know, because suddenly you just interact. So interaction, and I have to say, I say it again, for me and for my businesses, collaboration is creation.
And so I love that. I totally agree. I think some people, obviously, I live in, I'm in central London and I'm opposite the Google building. I mean, I can see now these offices have been empty over a year and it makes me so sad. I'm like, yeah, what do you do? I used to love people seeing people, you know, in and out. And
I agree. You know, I'm not saying you'll be, look, we know we live in a changing world and we have to embrace change because we have to be today and tomorrow's people, not yesterday's people. However, I do believe that, you know, in many cases, even if it's hybrid, people need to have interaction.
Yes.
Direct interaction, not through a Zoom. I mean, we're doing this through a Zoom and it's great, but I'd rather I'd rather be standing on a stage looking at faces.
Yes.
I would.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you there. But Linda, you are so full of energy and hearing that you're not likely to slow down anytime soon. So what is your main focus and plans for the future? Because I know I've looked at the Linda Plant Academy, which looks incredible.
Yes, well, I wrote a business course during lockdown, and I wanted to write something that wasn't an ordinary kind of course, because as I've said, my journey's been long and I don't have any qualifications, no university, but I do know a lot about business, and I find a lot about business transgresses into life. So I wrote a business course that's a true grit of business. And I've given quite a few talks. So I started my academy, of which there's the business course and there is critique your CV. There's 4 or 5 things. And there's a lot of videos and things that I've done. But I gave a talk to the Prince's Trust. And I offered a prize of mentorship. And they selected the 4 best businesses. And then I chose from that a winner. They're all good. And I'm mentoring this young lady. And through the Prince's Trust, I met a very enterprising young man called Cordell Jeffers. And he asked me if I would do a collaboration with him, which is a collaboration. He is well-versed and qualified in mindset for business, which is very, very important. Mental health, mindset, and I bring the business side. So we've done a collaboration, which is www.apprentice to CEO. And between us, we are offering a 12-week course. So it's business, it's mindset, it's for everybody. And it's really fantastic. So I'm really excited about that.
Can you share the link to that, Linda, please?
Yeah, yes, I will.
If you don't get it on here, I'll send it out.
I'll get Hayley to share it, yes. And we're doing a webinar tomorrow night. So I'll get Hayley to share that so people can actually register for free. So that's exciting for me because having done this long journey, and I'm still in business, I still have my property business. But having done this long journey, I think now I want to inspire people. You know, I want to inspire especially mothers, women who think, can I be a mother? Can I have a business? I've done all of that. So I want to inspire people, and I want to inspire people that you don't just have to be young. You can be in the middle of your life. You can be any time of your life. There's a good time to start for different reasons. So that is my goal in these years now. I'm still doing my property business, but can I inspire? Can I help people? Can I do this now? And I think that is really fulfilling for me. And that's what I want to do.
And yes, you can. And yes, we all can. This is what I love about this. I love the positivity, the inspiration, what people get from this. And as I said, please stay connected, everybody. You know, we're all here, we're all around here, and this is what it's all about: connecting, contributing, and developing relationships. Linda, thank you so much. There is another coming to you, but I'm looking at the timing, so I'm just going to mute you quickly. So I just want to thank everybody. I mean, listening to these speakers, again, it's incredible. If it's incredible for me, it's incredible for absolutely everybody. But conscious of the time, because I want to be one of those strict ones who sticks within our power hour, I'd just like to open it out to everyone. Are there any questions for the speakers that we have today? Either raise your hand or... Oh, Heidi?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sandy. So I think there's something that's like really resonating with me, having listened to all of you, and it's something that some people call the X factor, or having a mojo. You seem to have a mojo about all of you. I mean, this is what resilience is. I mean, Linda, how do you consistently sort of find that mojo and get it back and get that motivation to literally, you know, continually contribute to society and business and doing what you're doing every day?
Well, I think I have a lot of energy, and I have a lot of power in my thoughts, and I think that there's no set recipe for having a mojo. And here's the thing: perseverance is very important, because in my life, as in everyone's life, it hasn't been smooth running, but problems need solutions. And if you fail at something, you pick yourself up, because what you failed at today will prepare you for tomorrow. You won't make that mistake again. And don't be afraid to fail, because what is the very worst that can happen? You know, you have to, I say this time and time again, if you want to have a go, have a go. Because if you don't have a go, then you'll never know. If you have a go and it's good, fabulous. If you have a go and it's failed, well, at least you know you've had a go. And that's taken me through my life. I've always said yes. Look, when I went on television, I didn't know if I could go on television. I was scared shitless, but I thought, well, what am I going to do? If I don't say yes, I'll never know. Maybe I'll be good on The Apprentice. And that is how... That's the mindset. That's what I love about my collaboration with Cordell, because it's not just, it's your mindset as well as business inspiration. It's very, very important to inspire people. So I hope I can inspire people through my own journey, but just have a go. Just have a go.
You have, and thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Sandy, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Thanks, Mary. So from Nadine Van Dongen, for Linda, she said, as Mary said, resilience is being a hero in your story, which I love and hope. What is the attitude you need to be resilient in business?
Perseverance, not afraid to fail. If it goes wrong, problems need solutions. Don't do knee-jerk reactions. Think about it. Think about the solution. Build a team around you. You can't do it on your own, even if you start on your own, depending on your business. But persevere. Just don't give up at the first time you fall. You know, in life, in personal life, we all have challenges, but what can we do? We can't lay down and die. We have to carry on. Just persevere. Don't give up.
Nadine, sorry, I found Nadine. I couldn't find you in all the people.
No, thank you. And I know, because I also wanted to hear from Sarah also the same thing. Like, resilience is like such a broad word, but for Sarah also, what for you is, like, if you say a few key words in resilience for you?